Hi, my name is Ewan, and I'm a senior in high school, class of 2025. And like everybody else, I'm going through the college applications process right now for students interested in post secondary education. I am a homeschool student. I spent my first 2 years at a public high school and am now taking all of my courses through my local university. It's been an interesting thing being withdrawn from public high school and still maintaining friendships there and seeing the differences between my friends' high school experiences and mine. But I find it to be fascinating. I think the differences in education are going to pan out to be cool stories as we age. But I wanted to create kind of this video series, and this will be the first that explains what the application process looks like for a non traditional applicant. Um, you'll see sometimes students that are into the college hacking idea, um, not cheating their way through college, of course, but trying to get the most value out of college for a minimal upfront or continued investment, minimizing debt, as most students would like to do. Um, and I find myself kind of being in that camp as well, but with engineering, that's a little bit more difficult. So I had a few considerations when making my school list, like anybody else. Similar ones: prestige of the program, how much the name is known, how good the program actually is itself, what types of resources are available to students, what is the area around the school, uh, size of school. Those types of factors were still criteria in my school list, just like anybody else. But I also had to worry about transfer credit. Um, so just like many of you that are going to watch a college decisions reaction video, you'll have taken some upper level courses, um, specifically AP or IB if you're in the US. I know IB is a little bit more European based, but some high schools still do offer it, and that's my understanding. I might be wrong, but those are similar types of advanced coursework. Um, I took one AP course in my sophomore year because that was the first time I was able to take an AP course at my public high school, and I found the process to not be the most advantageous for me. I was very much a self studier, which was an advantage for the AP curriculum itself, but a single test determining credit, especially multiple tests determining credit in a very, very short time span of about 2 weeks, did not seem like the best way to test for competency in college level coursework, in my mind. Um, so if I was going to do advanced coursework, I would have to take it through my local university, and that's the program I started. Um, I withdrew from my public high school and began classes at my local university at the start of my junior year, um, which was 14 months ago, and am now applying to schools just like anybody else, but am kind of finding all of my documents myself. Um, for a lot of these schools, their application processes or timelines, the timelines don't differ, but the instructions do for homeschool applicants and what they provide. So, for example, today I sent all of my transcripts, my official transcripts from the two institutions I'm taking university courses through, and then my official high school transcript from sophomore and junior year to the colleges. So I have officially started the application process. That was kind of the first point. Um, I've finished all of my supplementals except for an honors college application for one of the public universities, and am now basically ready to make everything happen. So I, I'm hopeful. Just like anybody else. To get into the nitty gritty about schools, I have 11 institutions I'm applying to, all universities. Case Western Reserve University, Georgia Tech, Northeastern, Purdue, University of Connecticut, University of Illinois, University of Maryland, University of Virginia, um, UW or Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin, Virginia Tech, and Worcester Polytechnic Institute, WPI. So I have 3 privates on this early action list and 8 publics. Most excited about the publics, I believe. I'm more of a fan of big schools, but still find that each of these schools kind of fills their niche in my list. I don't feel like any of these are necessarily safeties. I feel like people associate or connote safeties to be schools that you don't really want to go to, but know you'll get accepted to, and that's not a mentality that I like. Um, every school that I look at on this list, um, I would enjoy going to. I believe. I visited a majority of them, or they're at least very similar to other schools, and offer a few specific programs that I like that differ. Um, but this college list, I feel like hits a niche for future graduate studies. If I decide to go for a master's in engineering or in business, operations research, something of the like, and offers a little bit different. So WPI is very, very projects based, whereas the University of Wisconsin is very, very research based. And I find application based learning and kind of that experiential educational model to be interesting to me. So each of these I'm excited to apply to, excited to get decisions from, and just like anybody else, I'll be applying for early action on November 1st. So once again, kind of this series is going to be me explaining the homeschool application plan, and kind of documenting the last week of college application season for early action. At least you'll still see regular decision videos coming for Lehigh University and Cornell University, um, as the final two that I have to apply to. That list for regular decision might fluctuate a little bit, but early action is set in stone. Um, yeah, but I'm making the series just so that we kind of have a window into a homeschooler's application as opposed to, well, homeschoolers, a non-traditional high school application compared to the typical college reactions or decisions timeline from public or private high schools. Just offering a different perspective on the entire thing, and I believe that's going to be insightful, at least hopefully to some of you. Um, but yeah, so I'll continue to be uploading videos daily, um, at least until November 1st, just to see kind of what everybody plans. Or so you can watch my planning, sorry. Um, and I'll be excited to see the applications of some of my friends. They'll likely be featured on here on days where decisions come out, specifically Georgia Tech and Maryland and Connecticut, um, because we're all applying to those schools, and it'll be good to see the differences in applications, I guess, between the two systems. So that is that. I'll leave it there, and I'll continue uploading weekly or daily. Sorry, for the next week or so. Um, so hopefully you found this insightful, and hopefully it's a good ride. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.